Yes, there's been a lot of speculations about the um, repentant Boko Haram. A lot of them repented at first. The government had about 100 of them that repented and brought along with their family members, just to prove that indeed they've totally surrendered to the Nigerian government. But as time went by, we had about over 200 that also came to surrender to the government, and this alone has been growing speculations among Nigerians and also among social societies and others. And people have been thinking, is it that the federal government or the presidency would grant amnesty and reinstate these people into the society, or what exactly? Because that was the same thing like Muhammad said a few days ago, saying that this repentant Boko Harams will be reinstated into the society and rehabilitated and all sorts of things. And even the president was even signing a peace agreement with them. So we really don't know the next line of action. But yes, something very important has dropped, and a strong warning has been sent to the federal government and also to the president over planned amnesty for Boko Haram members and also other militants. Well, I'll bring you more details, but please ensure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, like, and also share this video. All right, guys, without further ado, let us dive right into the details of this report. Yes, it says that some senior advocates of Nigeria have cautioned the federal government against welcoming some Boko Haram members who recently laid down their arms and reintegrated them without first ascertaining that they no longer pose a threat to society. This is as the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, said, contrary to misleading reports, insurgents who surrendered to the government could still be persecuted. He, he however, restated that international conventions according to prisoners of war certain rights and privileges. The Nigerian Army, in a statement by its spokesperson Onyema Nwachukwu on August 10, announced that no fewer than 1,000 Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa Province ISWAP, that is a Boko Haram offshoot members, had laid down their arms and surrendered to the troops. So imagine we're talking about 300. Imagine there are over 1,000. Again, on August 16, the army said 186 Boko Haram members, led by their Emir Manye Aga, comprising 67 adult males, 54 adult females, and 65 children, surrendered to the troops of Operation Hardin Kai at Forward Operational Base at Jere. The army spokesman also disclosed that the theater took custody of additional Boko Haram fighters comprising 4 adult males, 11 adult females, and 18 children from Landanli, Azar, Garidwa, and Kondila villages, who on August 15 surrendered to troops of 151 Task Force Battalion at Banki Junction in Bama. But in separate interviews, the senior lawyers expressed concerns that giving the so-called repentant terrorists access to sensitive security positions could be detrimental for the country's efforts to restore peace and security. Mr. Yusuf Ali stated that it was essential to ascertain that the insurgents had truly repented. He, however, explained that negotiation was to be expected, arguing that even in a shooting war, people would still approach the round table and talk. Ali said if amnesty could be granted for militants in the Niger Delta, once we are sure that the terms of amnesty would not be abused and the government is prepared to provide all the necessary follow-ups and checks to ensure that those who say they have repented are not part of a decoy to re-enter society and radicalize other people in the society. We must be very sure that they have repented. In principle, there is nothing bad in granting amnesty to people who have wronged a country or people, but we must be very sure that we have the wherewithal in terms of security to be able to ensure that those who say they have repented are under close watch and monitored. Not only that, we must also provide opportunities of employment. When the Niger Delta militants were granted amnesty, some of them were sent for courses within and outside Nigeria. But we must have ensured that we do not give a blank check to those who are just pretending they have repented when it's not true. Mr. Babatunde Fashanu, in the same vein, argued that if some of the repentant terrorists wanted to surrender, the government should accept them, but that it was also dangerous to reintegrate them into the society, especially if they were enlisted in the military. Fashion said they shouldn't put them in the military, that must be underscored. But if they want to use them for intelligence, they can put them somewhere and get the information they want to get from them. But they shouldn't put them in the military to avoid a situation like that of Afghanistan. It was said that some Taliban were reabsorbed into the Afghan army, and they were still the ones that gave their leaders information about the army, and they overran them. So it is very dangerous to absorb them into the military, but they can use them to get information. As for whether they should be pardoned, people who have killed a lot of people ordinarily ought to pay. Otherwise, people will keep bombing people, knowing that in the future they can simply come out to say they are surrendering. I think that should be some punishment for them. They shouldn't let them go scot-free. The punishment can be lessened. Similarly, Mr. Hamad Raji stated that there was also room for forgiveness, adding that even God Almighty forgives. He also raised the alarm about bringing the terrorists into the fold of security agencies. He said it can go either way. Whether they want to accept them, they should look at the entirety of ramifications. Learn from the examples where forgiveness has been used to reintegrate such kind of people and take care of possible errors. Of course, there's no foolproof solution to any problem, but you look at the larger interest. If it dictates that they be forgiven, why not? But absorbing them into the sensitive security areas is what I think the government should be very careful about. If it is about absorbing them into the army or security apparatus, the government should tarry a while. According to Raji, the government may absorb the insurgent into other areas, but not into the security apparatus, which I also very much agree, because it seems the federal government is bent on, you know, bringing these guys into the society and granting them amnesty. No problem with that, but definitely they should not put them in very sensitive areas. So guys, what do you think about this? Drop it in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.